There we go. Now we're cooking. What is up, fellow geeks? Super Geek Girl here, coming to you live as always from Studio SGG in the heart of Studiopolis Zone. I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday. If you celebrate it, happy Easter. If you enjoy herbal treats, as we'll call them, happy 420. And for everybody else, happy Gay Lawyer Sunday. It is the best time. It is the favorite day of the week for me and for, I'm assuming, most of y'all. So glad you guys chose to join me today. Thank you so much. Let's see, who do we got? Hello, NSM. Hello, Legit. Hello, Sleepy. Hello, Gabe. Hello, Bush. Esther. And hello, Myers. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Glad to see you. Tomorrow is my birthday. Hey! Happy early birthday! I do plan on streaming tomorrow night, so, I will be, I'll wish you a proper happy birthday. But happy early birthday, man. I'm enjoying eating a chocolate bunny head first every Easter. Ooh. Oh. So, I've got something of an Easter feast planned, after the stream. I got a little bit of ham, just big enough for me and my husband. I'm gonna make some pineapple gravy. I'm gonna make some potatoes. I'm gonna make some roasted squash. And then, for dessert, we're doing Easter s'mores. So what you do with that is you break off a bit of the bunny, you get a marshmallow peep, you cram them in between 2 graham crackers and roast them over an open fire, and lovely, lovely, lovely. Best way to use up the Easter leftovers is to make s'mores out of them. But that's what we're going to be doing after the stream. So it's not going to be a very long stream today, in spite of that, because I do have quite a bit of cooking to do. But we are going to do a little bit of Gay Lawyer Sunday today. Hello, Big Mac. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I treated myself for Easter. Bought FMA Brotherhood OVA collection from Half Price Books and Undead Unluck from Amazon. Nice! Enjoy your anime. Enjoy it. I remember Brotherhood well, but I haven't seen a lot of Undead Unluck. It's funny, the only reason I know about that show is because for the Bang Zoom Entertainment open auditions last year at Anime Frontier, they were using clips from that show to show how the dubbing is done. So that's the only thing I know about it, but it looks like a fun show, and I've been meaning to check it out. I'm eating at a local restaurant that was on Food Network. Oh, cool! Hope you're having a nice meal. I'm busy cleaning my dorm for move out in the coming weeks. By the way, congratulations to the students in the chat. You're almost there, guys. You're almost there. You can do it. You can do it. Just a little bit longer, and you'll get to summer and/or graduation. So best of luck, guys. Just hanging there for a few more weeks. I hope you don't mind, but I recently renamed one of my chickens after... What? I had a chicken named cool! I gotta say, that's a first. That's definitely a first. Oh, but that's so sweet. Thank you. I'd love this. I'd love to see a pic. I'd love to see a picture of the chicken. You take good care of that one, okay? Take good care of it. Oh, that is so cool. I'm a little bit low energy today. I stayed up, this weekend was WeebCon, so a couple of my friends were actually in town, and we all had dinner last night. So I got to hang out with some VA peeps. We had a great time, but I am a little bit laggy today. I'm hoping I'm not laggy, like, stream-wise, but laggy energy-wise. But no, it was a great time. Great time was had by all. Wait a minute. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, my model was doing something strange on the screen, but I guess it didn't transfer to the other screen. Whatever. But it sounds like everyone's really enjoying their weekend / Easter, and I'm really glad to hear that. Really glad. So then, well, let's just dive right in, shall we? Let me go ahead and get this going here. Oh, I don't know if you saw my DM. Yes, I did see your DM, and I will check that out after the stream. After all the money I spent this weekend at WeebCon and going to the Brad Williams show, hopefully I don't go broke, but getting my Sonic Shadow Generations poster signed by Robbie and Ryan was worth it. Nice, nice. Congrats on getting those autographs. One of these days I'm going to get Roger Clark Smith's autograph on something I own. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to get it someday on something. Hopefully he'll come back to Dallas for another con. I wanted to get his autograph at the con, last year's Fan Expo Dallas. But basically I had to choose either between his line and Rob Paulson's line, and I went with Rob Paulson. Glad I did, but that means I still need to get Roger Clark Smith to sign something for me. But anywho, all right. So who's ready for a little bit of gay lawyer? Let's do it. So just a quick reminder, you're getting a double dose of gay lawyer this week. We did it Monday, and I'm doing it again today. But there will not be a gay lawyer Sunday stream this next Sunday. I am going to be working up at the church, directing a children's musical, and that is going to be an all-day event. So unfortunately, we won't have Gay Lawyer Sunday next weekend. But I may do Supersonic Saturday. I'm not sure yet. Oh, it's just a kid's musical. It's basically, it's the story of Joseph and the Amazing Coat, but it's done in like the style of a 50s beach party sort of thing. It's been fun. It's been very stressful, but it's been fun. Fingers crossed that I don't completely lose my mind over the final week of rehearsals. So, by the way, if things are laggy, please do let me know. I spent a pretty good amount of time troubleshooting yesterday to ensure that what happened Thursday does not happen today. And voice mod was one of the things that I tested, so should be working this time. Let's see if it is. Since Sleepy was kind enough to do a redeem. Okay, are we good? Are we voice modded? Are we auto-tuned? La 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 la. I think we are. Alright, it looks like everything's working, so let's do it. So, last time, we continued in our investigation of the mysterious death of Artie Frost, aka Paul Halleck. The chef, Samson Tangaroa, is currently accused of the murder. But now, some other folks are looking mighty suspicious. We also had a run-in with Manfred von Karma, and Gregory let him have it, which was a beautiful thing to see. Unfortunately, I think now we have to jump back to the current time where Gregory is no longer with us. So let's see how this 18-year-old mystery shapes up, shall we? Let's jump back in, guys. April 2nd, 2:10 p.m., Zodiac Hall Fountain Room.
And that's pretty much how things went down. Those are the facts of IS-7, as far as I'm concerned. I'm finally learning the truth behind all these last weeks.
So, what happened at the trial?
Well, we lost. Von Karma did a real number on us.
Really? You couldn't prove that Mr. Tangaroa was innocent?
Oh, we can prove it alright. Had a decent little pile of evidence in our favor. Problem was, we underestimated Von Karma. We fought him, dirty, feared him. I can imagine. Secure conviction at all costs. Was always his guiding principle. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Anywho, the trial dragged on and on. Whole thing took about a year in the end.
Wow. I guess this was before the 3-day time limit was instituted, because a year in Ace Attorney time, that is insane. I mean, for some court cases, that's completely that is a completely normal amount of time. But I guess this was before they put the 3-day gameplay time limit on there.
I'll never forget the day that verdict came down. December 28th, following year. It's April now, so we're talking about 17 years ago? Time sure does fly, huh?
Oh. Okay, so the fact that it took a year, it means that some of my assumptions about Gregory were incorrect. This was probably, the investigation was probably before Miles stood up for Phoenix. Which means that at that time, Miles didn't have any friends, so his worries were completely unfounded. So my freaking out about Gregory never meeting Phoenix may have been incorrect. I'm not sure if the two ever did meet before Gregory died. I don't know if Miles ever brought Phoenix and Larry home after school or anything. I like to think that at least once that happened, but who knows. But here we go. Prepare to cry, everybody.
December 28th. I was there that day. 17 years ago, sitting in the courtroom gallery. Just before the trial got started, Gregory noticed that Samson was looking even worse than usual. Turns out the poor guy had finally reached his limit. It was so bad, he even said he wanted to be found guilty.
Wait, you mean they forced a confession out of him?
Yeah. Von Karma got what he'd been pushing for from the very beginning. And when Gregory tried to drop the bombshell about there being no body to speak of, he learned that Von Karma used the power of the police to head him off in the past. He even had himself a fake autopsy report.
Yeah, we're familiar with that trick.
But that wasn't the end of it. Von Karma had gotten Samson to falsely testify against himself to being an accessory to murder in court. Combined with his confession, poor guy's bruises, well and truly cooked. But Gregory still had his ace in the hole, though. The same ace he asked Detective Bat to help him with. Exactamundo. He knew he needed one last card to play if they squeezed a confession out of Samson. So he had Bad record all of Samson's interrogations.
I guess Detective Bad really wanted to know the truth too, huh?
We all did. He was a trooper. Stayed with the case, even after Von Karma took him off of it. He was tied up in some other big case, too. Good old Bad. They don't make him like that anymore.
I realize that the seriousness of this moment is kind of being destroyed by the auto-tuning, but it's okay. I knew Von Karma would one day be the death of him. Obi-Wan Kenobi can relate. Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, Gregory presented the recordings as proof that Samson's confession was coerced. You know what? It almost worked. A cop named Ian Sideman got fired.
Ian Side, really? Ian Sideman? He's just a man on the side. Oh, God, Ace Attorney. Love your stupid ass names.
Samson's interrogator and the initial detective before Bad. He took the fall for pretty much the whole thing. But Von Karma didn't get away scot-free. In fact, he was disciplined by the chief prosecutor.
And there it is. The penalty. The reason that Gregory Edgeworth is dead now. What a freaking petty ass man.
For the one and only time in his 40-year career. Still, Samson himself couldn't stomach another day in court. So when that guilty verdict came down, it didn't just signal the end of the day, but of the whole sad affair. I don't remember a lot myself, but my father's face when they declared Mr. Tongaro guilty. I was a young child at the time, but even I could tell that she was hurting inside.
God, and after all that, Von Karma still won, but no, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. He had to... I mean, that is very much like him, isn't it? Like, he got what he wanted, he won the case, Tongaro is in jail, but all he can think of is the penalty that was incurred against him. That is so infuriating. That is absolutely infuriating to me.
Gregory wanted to appeal the ruling, of course. He would have done anything to clear Samson's name. But then... you know what happened next. Really? He never got the chance.
Poor Edgeworth.
I should have left with him that day. I'll always blame myself for not doing that. But I shoved that aside and obsessed over something else instead. Or rather, someone else. I hated what you did. Hated you for choosing to stick with Von Karma. I hope you can forgive me. No, you had every right to hate me. I went on to become a prosecutor as planned. And that's when Mr. Von Karma showed me this case file. According to these records, Mr. Tangaroa was convicted as the main culprit in Mr. Frost's murder. No, that's not right. Samson was convicted as an accessory to murder. Whoa! Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and switch.
I think that's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back. Yeah. I probably should save my game. This seems like a major revelation.
Oh my.
This seems like a major revelation. Let me save my game real quick. Also, hello, Stumpy. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Happy Easter if you celebrate it. That's strange. The file clearly states that he was the perpetrator. Plus, I'm fairly certain that all of Mr. Von Karma's cases were successfully solved. You mind if I take a peek at those? This file's been doctored. The part about the verdict has been changed. What? Why are you surprised by this, Miles? You know that Von Karma is shady as shit. Why are you surprised by this? Here, feast your peepers on this. Suspect data. Samson Tangaroa, age 39. Organizer of confectionery contest. Victim's body was found inside one of his creations, leading to his arrest. While in detention, Tangaroa discovered that he had a taste disorder, which was subsequently cured by a medication. Verdict. Convicted as an accomplice based on his confession. Okay, well, that changes things. I mean, does it change anything, though? I mean, obviously it does. We knew from the start that Tangaroa wasn't the killer, but to be convicted as an accessory... Yeah, no, I need to... I don't know where my Miles plushie is my Miles plushie is in the other room at the moment, but he's with Phoenix right now, so it's fine. Yeah, no, this you're right. This changes everything. This is, ooh boy, not great. Also, hello Gundam, welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Convicted as an accomplice. That's a copy of the file they have on record at the courthouse. And why is my copy so different? Because Von Karma's shit! We've been through this! Well, you said it came from Von Karma, yeah? My guess is he didn't want Gregory's son thinking there was a murderer out there still at large. Didn't want you looking into it again before the statute of limitations was up. Oh! It really is the DL6 playbook all over again. This was the same crap that they pulled with Turnabout Goodbyes. The statute of limitations on DL6 was almost up. Oh! I hate Von Karma so much. I hate him so much. So everything I believed about the case was a lie? Like they say, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is you know what's what now. The statute of limitations may have run out, but the truth's still out there, you know? I inherited Samson's case when your old man passed. Prosecution handed it off to somebody else too. The great Von Karma wasn't going to bother facing off against a rookie like me, was he? Anyway, long story short, the killer was never found. And Samson was found guilty instead. That's terrible! Is there really nothing we can do to help him? Not without the real perp, I'm afraid. Until then, his confession stands. Speaking of which, I didn't find out until after the verdict had been handed down. But
Von Karma had threatened Samson and made him a deal. Told him if he didn't confess, he'd make sure Judy was convicted instead.
How could he?
Samson knew there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. But he wasn't going to take any chances. So he did what he was told and confessed to keep her safe.
Okay, but what if Judy actually did do it? What if it was actually Judy? What then? Okay, I'm calling it right now. If it turns out that Judy was the actual suspect all along and everything that Samson went through was for nothing, I am going to be extremely upset, okay? I am going to be very upset if it was, in fact, Judy and Samson went through all that shit for nothing. Don't tell me if it is. But if that's what happens, ooh, I am going to be extremely upset. That's that squeaky rage.
Now, riddle me this, Mousy boy. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in the prison the day Bronco Knight got... Bleh. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in the prison the day Bronco Knight died?
That's right!
You were there to see Mr. Tangaroa. Bingo! Judy and I both promised we'd visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise. But Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always showed up. But none of that changes the fact that Samson is still being unduly punished day after day.
Von Karma is the literal definition of a psychopath. There's a reason that Josh Scorcher, I don't know who that is, put him in his top 10 psychopaths video. Yeah, no, this is textbook psychopath behavior. Psychopath, narcissist, whatever you want to call it. This is textbook behavior. Like, there is no reason this man should have been practicing law under any circumstance. Like, what the hell? How heartbreaking. We've got to do something, Mr. Fender!
Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back on display, just like they were all those years ago. And we're going to see what we can find out. Right, Malzarino? I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at these things in the same way as you, or my father. Miles. But that doesn't matter right now. Speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Edgeworth. I want to know the truth behind both of these cases, and I'm not leaving until I do. You really are old Gregory's son, through and through. Alrighty then, now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. Good thing I brought the IS-7 case file and evidence with me today, huh? Here, documents first. You done the paperwork, am I right? The parts in red ink are my, annotations.
IS-7 incident case file updated.
Thank you, Fender. And here's some evidence for you. Enjoy! There's quite a few, so, I'd take a minute to scope them out if I were you.
A small mountain of evidence from the IS-7 incident received from Fender. A small mountain. I love that. I love that. Is Danny growing on you, SGG? You know what? Uncle Eddie might be growing on me. Uncle Eddie might be growing on me. He's actually okay. I mean, it still needs to learn about personal space and everything and consent. But other than that, like, he's all right.
Yes, I see. I'll take a look at them in a bit.
You know, our current case is just full of loose threads too, come to think of it.
Indeed. The key players of that incident 18 years ago, who just happened to get caught up in another incident. The ice sculptures of the Winter Wing that are perfect replicas of the ones from 18 years ago. The poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which had been disguised to look like the
I'm getting it backwards, hang on.
The poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which had been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. The two chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue display case, ubiquium and asphyxium, that form a poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Carmelo Gusto, who is no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, and who is still unconscious and undergoing treatment in the medical room.
We never did find out entirely what the deal was.
And finally, we come to the body floating face down in the fountain.
Is that Frost? Wait a minute. I didn't get a good look at the body last time. That can't possibly be Frost. That can't possibly be whoever it is. It can't be the same guy because that is 18 years ago. He would be a skeleton. He would be a skeleton floating in the pond, not a body. Okay, yeah, no, there's a lot of BS going on here. What the hell? He got back. I got there. Freaking. Oh, that's great.
And the fact that the ice sculptures have melted, just as they did all those years ago. The events of the present day would appear to be intimately linked with the events of the past, which means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago.
Sounds good to me. Let's get investigating.
Objection!
Oh, God. I forgot about you. Yes, I did in fact forget about you, you little punk. Oh, great. We gotta deal with these guys.
Oh, don't! Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this is my investigation.
Eustace is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hi, Gabelle.
I would hate to have to add a guilty to my report to the committee.
What am I guilty of now?
Of course not. I am simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation.
Your offer is duly noted and duly declined.
Oof. He isn't pulling any punches.
The identity of the body from the fountain is currently being ascertained. It is only a matter of time until we have all the information we need.
Perhaps I can help you speed that process along. I think I have an idea as to who our mystery victim might be.
What? Really? Oh, well, then you have to tell me. It's the law.
Very well. Maybe it isn't just the ice sculptures that have resurfaced after 18 years.
Are we actually going to say that it's already... Are we actually going to say that?
The body in the fountain may also be a visitor from the past.
Okay, before we get to that, let me see what all we got. Alright, there's the case file. I do want to look at this case file here. Alright, just a quick recap of IS-7. Sansa Tangaroa's mansion, Tangaroa's room, December 24th, 18 years ago. They didn't actually list the date. They just said 18 years ago. That's interesting. Murder weapon, rock salt lamp. Prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. Boo! Defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth. Yay! Statute of limitations expired 3 years ago on December 24th. Alright, convicted as accomplice. Artie Frost, also known as Paul Halleck, under which name he was a renowned sculptor in France. Contestant in a confectionery contest. Body was discovered in Tangaroa's room. Cause of death, blood loss following a blow to the head. No detailed autopsy report due to the body going missing. But yeah, like, look at the picture. Look at the picture. The same stupid ponytail. I have no idea how in the world this makes sense or how in the world this happens, but it's gotta be Artie, right?
Take that!
Murder does not have a statute of limitations. Yes, we know this, but in Ace Attorney Land it does. How many times am I going to have to hand wave away actual legal procedures to say it's fine? In Ace Attorney Land, it doesn't matter. In the great state of Japanifornia. No, don't kill him. There's been enough murder already. There's been enough murder already. Don't add to the body count, please. You were so upset about this, dude. Oh man, I can like hear the rage from here. I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago, Mr. Artie Frost. Well, murder cases, I mean, yeah, murder cases do go cold, but I don't think they meant this cold.
What? You're saying that was poor Chili Winks? Wait. Who the heck is Chili Winks? Or Artie? Or whoever it is you're talking about?
Artie Frost was a famous sculptor, Eustace. Although he was better known as Paul Halleck. The sculptures on display here are all his works.
No way. Sounds like he did well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner.
Mr. Frost was also the victim of the IS-7 incident.
Judge Cavell knows about the IS-7 incident.
Mr. Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident is an 18-year-old case. And according to police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy duly carried out.
Oh, sure. That's what the records say. But the records can't always be trusted.
What are you insinuating?
But while the records say stuff like, body totally recovered, the defense back then begged to differ. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting him down hard, of course.
Oh, phone call?
Yes, this is Winner. What? Really?
What is it, Eustace?
The body. We've got an ID. Some sculptor called, Frost or something? So I guess Edgeworth called it.
Goddess of justice! Bam! Somehow, after 18 years, the corpse resurfaces as fresh as the day it died. Was the corpse frozen? Was the corpse kept in cold storage somehow? Is that why? I might be jumping ahead here, but given Frost is medium, I'm not going to be 100% surprised if it was frozen. Mommy voice? Who's got a mommy voice? Where? What? Huh? Huh? Not me.
So my father's deductions were right all along.
Well, Judge Cavell, I'd say this changes things. Wouldn't you?
Perhaps now you'll admit that I might be of some use to this case. More than a certain junior prosecutor, anyway.
No fair! You're trying to steal the win!
I'm doing no such thing. All I want is to uncover the truth. And if we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here, we'll need to work together. We do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth. This case is none of your concern.
Objection!
Whoa there, Judge G. I think you might be wrong about that. Another of your interruptions, Mr. Fender. Yep. See, I was on the defense team for IS-7, so this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. The prosecutor at the time may have brushed us off, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or, to put it a little more bluntly, the prosecution's case was rotten from the ground up. When there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution, it's the committee's job to fix it, no?
Now, wait a minute. It doesn't sound like that. She doesn't sound like Rykard. Shut up. Together. God. I know exactly what you're referencing and I love it. Gavel is mommy. Yes, I will 100% agree with that. I still stand by my assertion that the next Souls-like game that I play, I'm gonna be playing as Gavel. Because she just fits so well in that universe. I'm pissed that Gavel is more willing to trust Von Karma's fake autopsy and still decides to get in our way. Yes, no. I don't know why Gavel is being so hard-headed here. It's... Also, I would like to know where the hell this committee was 18 years ago. Like, did Von Karma just buy off the committee as well? I don't know. This whole committee business is hella sus to me. I don't trust anything about this so-called committee. More mommy rolls for SGG. And you know what? I wouldn't argue with it. I would not complain if I got some mommy rolls. I don't know if I can pull off the mommy voice still, but apparently some of y'all are enjoying it, so thank you.
And who better to help you unpick this mess than someone who was there at the time? Unless you have an ulterior motive. Judge Gavel seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail. In which case, I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf.
Your connection to the case is noted, Mr. But I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it! He's the son of the original defense attorney, and the protege of the case's lead prosecutor. If that's not enough for you, he was at the trial too. I think it's just possible he might have a little something to bring to the table, don't you?
Very well. You may both assist in the investigation. But only if you refrain from interfering with the work of others. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours.
Alrighty! Great to see you're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't we, bring it in to show we're all on the side of justice?
Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time.
Duly noted, Your Honor. Whew! This is a turn-up for the books, huh, Mousy? We can do our thing after all. Thanks to your immeasurable help, as always. No sweat. Besides, I was doing it mostly for me. Okay! I'll be investigating my own thing, so just holler if you find something interesting. I will. Well, okay. Shall we?
Heck yeah! Let the investigation commence!
We're still unclear on two key facts. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it, and the source of the ubiquium.
You're right. We need some more intel.
Indeed. Let's focus on the ubiquium, first and foremost.
It's used in stuff like dish soap and paint, right?
Correct. It's also bright red in color and has a distinctive minty fragrance.
Okay, so there's our first logic piece.
Okay, sounds like you know what we're looking for.
And investigation start! All right. Whew. That was a lot that got thrown in at us. We also work for Fender, so get wrecked. Not exactly. Not exactly. In this instance, we are not actually working with the Edgeworth & Co. law offices. Eddie invited us here personally. We're not working for him. Remember, he offered him the job, and Edgeworth turned it down, ultimately. The Von Karma family has a long history of good prosecutors. I'm assuming that you mean that in a sarcastic sense. Why is Gavel so insistent on keeping Edgeworth off the case? Yeah, I don't know. That hasn't actually been, we don't have a reason for that yet, I don't think. We don't have a reason for that. There is definitely a lot more going on here, than the game is willing to tell us at this time. For example, we don't know who anybody on this committee is aside from Gavel. So, I'm guessing that somebody on the committee has it out for us specifically. Whether that's somebody from our past or some new asshole that we gotta go kick around, remains to be seen. Francesca, okay, well. Okay, yes, you're right. Francisca's good. Francisca's good at her job. Sort of. She was good, and she's only good because Phoenix came along and snapped her out of her I need to be just like daddy perfect winning streak. So, you know. Although she didn't take it quite as well as Edgeworth did. Of course, also Edgeworth disappeared for an entire year, but that was extenuating circumstances. I get what you're saying. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's do this. Let's start investigating.
It's a sculpture of a brave warrior battling against a serpent. Did Paul Halleck make this one too, Mr. Edgeworth?
He did. It seems he was fascinated by fantasy and mythology when he was a young man. This piece embodies the tragic yet gritty determination of the young as they face an impossible situation.
Shut up! It's called the math test! Shut up! Stupid! I was expecting it to be like a... Oh my god. That is the dumbest. That is the dumbest and I love it. Hello, Boots! Welcome! Thank you for tuning in.
It's called the math test?
Talk about relatable.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, Lord help me. Alright, how about over here?
Statues of a man and a woman in old-timey clothes. Did Paul Halleck make these as well?
Yes. It seems he created them later in life, once he'd begun to make a name for himself. His wife pushed him to sculpt the two of them as ancient gods, and he couldn't say no to his beloved. The title is The Beautiful Goddess Venus and Her Humble Servant.
There you go.
Wow. Talk about putting your goddess on a literal pedestal.
I feel like a little bit of Karine snuck in there. Just a little bit of her snuck in there. Alright. These are... Oh god, there's Larry. I would have personally called it the coding final. Oh. Yeah, no. Comp Sci was never my strong point in school.
It's a man with a moon-shaped head and a woman with a sun-shaped head. The man's got a real pained look in his eyes, though. Is this another Paul Howlick piece?
Yes, from his younger years, when he was something of a dreamer. He depicted those closest to him by means of a motif taken from nature. The piece is titled, My Parents.
Huh, I guess the mom shone brightest in that house.
I don't know if, like, investigating any of these does anything. Okay, well, this is obviously suspicious. My eye was kind of drawn to this first, so let's go with this. I don't want to speak to Larry if I can't help it, but I'm probably going to have to, aren't I?
From the color and the aroma, I'd say this is a puddle of spilt tea.
And look, there's a small chunk of ceramic in it.
pH. Now where have we seen a pH in regards to tea?
I guess somebody must have broke something.
I know that insignia. And a certain high-strung somebody just might know a little something too.
Okay, well, we'll have to find Judy and talk with her. Let's check out the tea cart.
Miss Bound's tea set is laid out neatly on the serving cart.
The pamphlet says that the gallery's famous for its tea.
Understandably so. The cup we were given was delicious.
Looks like all of this stuff was designed by Mr. Frost.
Interesting. In that case, I think we'd better take a closer look.
Black tea usually has a pH of 4.9 to 5.5. That's your tea fact for the day. That's weirdly specific. But thank you. Also, I learned very quickly, black tea also has a pretty high level of caffeine in it. I only know this because my throat was sore one night, and so I made myself some Earl Grey tea, thinking that it would soothe my throat. It had the opposite effect. It did soothe my throat, but it also wired me to the point where I was working on auditions at 10 p.m. at night. Which, for me, 10 p.m. is usually when I start winding down and trying to go to sleep. So, yeah, it had me pretty turned up. So, avoid black tea at night, kids. Just stick to the herbal stuff.
The tablecloth draped over the cart is pure white and completely spotless.
And it's just waiting for me to grab it by the edge, clear my mind, and whoosh!
Okay. I cannot stress enough how bad of an idea that would be.
Aw, come on! What's the worst that could happen? Even if it does go all sideways, we'll just wind up with a cool tea-colored tie-dye.
Yes, well, I'd rather it remained white. Plus, I don't think Miss Bound would appreciate us meddling with it.
Really? There are so many other colors that would totally work. Pink, sky blue, tea leaf brown.
You can't see it, but I can feel the glare that Edgeworth is giving her right now. Also, it is totally possible to dye stuff with tea leaves, but I don't recall how to do it.
So this dishware was made by Artie Frost.
It looks really fancy.
Oh, it is. I'm willing to bet that this set can fetch something in the thousands of dollars. So, let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to.
Whoa. This stuff's really worth that much?
Stop it, Kay. I can see your eyes lighting up. Miss Bound must really be a fan of Mr. Frost. Brenda said he'd still have this.
Alright, there's the teapot. Oh, God. We ignored him for too long, and now he's... I tried to ignore Larry, and now he's forcing himself into the plot. Oh, God. Hi, Larry. Alright, let's get it over with.
Hey, Edgy!
What is it?
You be careful with that teapot, you hear?
Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden?
Oh, here comes Judy.
Honored guests, I can pour you a cup if you like.
Miss Bound.
Good, thanks. No tea for me. You two knock yourselves out. That's a little strange. Normally, Larry would be jumping all over the chance to have tea served to him by a pretty girl.
Thank you for the offer. Yes, why not? A quick break with her.
2 cups coming right up.
There's always time for tea, guys. There's always time. Look how cute Kay is! She looks so dignified. I'm gonna head out having lunch with my dad. Nice hanging out with y'all for a bit. All right, take care, Myers. Have a great rest of your day.
This smells great! Wow! It tastes even better than it smells! What type of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's Ceylon, I believe. It's usually identifiable by its citrus aroma. Miss Bound, is this the same blend you served this morning?
Why, yes. Is it all right? There isn't anything wrong with it, is there?
Uh-oh. Look at this Sprite. Look at this Sprite. That's a guilty Sprite. That's a guilty Sprite. I may be right. I may be right here. Oh, no. This Sprite has me greatly concerned.
Oh, no. Not at all. It's just that the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma.
That's interesting.
Really? That's odd. I used the exact same blend both times. I can't see what would account for the difference.
Hey! What's the big idea? Quit being mean about Judy's tea, will ya?
What's gotten under your skin, Larry?
Nothing. You're just rude, that's all. You don't even try to call me by the right name. It's Lawrence Downham, dang it! You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore. Thank God.
Well, that was childish, even for him.
There.
Well, that was childish, even for him.
Wow. What happened there?
Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking to Miss Bound is more of a priority right now. We may not have any evidence to prove that she's the culprit. But it does seem likely that the poison gas was her doing.
Okay. So we've checked out the dinerware. We'll check out the tea blend next.
A caddy containing Ceylon tea leaves. It's a well-crafted tin canister, designed to prevent moisture and sunlight from damaging its contents. Not a bad thing to use, considering the quality of blend Miss Bound serves.
Okay, so nothing there. I thought that maybe the strange aroma would be from... okay. So the strange aroma didn't originate from the tea blend itself. It came from the cup. So what was in the cup beforehand, I wonder? Alright, well, since you're here, Miss Bound.
Where were you before you rejoined us here, Miss Bound?
I had to go and tell our visitors were closed. Oh, and hand out a little something in apology. Was there something you wanted to talk to me about?
Yes, a few things, actually. Not least of all, the fact that I think you were the one who set that poison gas trap.
Do we have a theory from the audience? Yes, these are confectioners, Stumpy. What are you getting at?
The original ice sculptures melted 18 years ago, correct? How did you manage to recreate them?
Oh, you know about what happened back then? In that case, you might also know that I took pictures of them during the contest. I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for this current exhibit.
Then.
I commissioned the creation of a set of replicas based on those photographs for this current exhibit.
But why go through the trouble of creating replicas?
Mr. Frost's Zodiac series were his great unfinished masterwork. I wanted to see it completed at last. Or rather, re-completed. It was my fault that the original set melted in the first place after all.
I see. And is there any particular reason why the winter and autumn wings look so similar?
Oh my! You really think they look alike? Perhaps I used some of the decorations from one and the other by accident?
No, there's no accident here. That's completely intentional. What are you hiding, ma'am? Yeah.
She's clearly lying. Don't have evidence to prove it just yet.
Alright, so we'll need to do some more investigating. We'll have to come back to her. Looks like I don't have enough to do anything. There's a similar incident in Murder, She Wrote, where poison was concealed in paint on dishware covered by a sugar glaze. When the liquid was poured on the sugar, it dissolved and the poison was... Oh! The tea ceremony! The tea ceremony murder! I remember that episode! Yeah, you're right! I do remember that! So, you think there's something similar going on here? Like the poison was hidden, and when she poured the hot tea, like it melted away and it was released then? Something like that? Interesting. I like that. I like that theory. I'm gonna put a pin in that for now. Alright, let's see here. Oh, I wasn't looking at the tulips, I was looking at the doors, but okay.
Those are tulips by the door, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, it leads to the spring room.
Spring, a popular time to move house, which makes it open season for great thieves.
Housebreaking is a little beneath a great thief, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Any excuse, huh, Kay?
Can we inspect this?
Why is there a lift cart just sitting here out in the open?
Guess somebody must have been moving something heavy.
Moving what? Oh, moving ice sculptures. Someone's moving ice sculptures around, perhaps? Judy's too hot to lie. Okay, see? You can't get suckered in by a pretty face. You can't do that. You can't get suckered in by a pretty face. That's how they all get away with it. That's how all the femme fatales get away with it. They sucker people in with their pretty faces. I know this because I have a husky who is absolutely beautiful, and that's how she gets away with everything. Like, you can find her in the middle of the room surrounded by torn snack bags and crumbs, and she'll just look up at you with these big doe eyes that are bright blue as the sky, and you'll forgive her for anything because she's just that pretty. I know how this trick works, ma'am. It's not gonna work on me. Sorry. Go flash your pretty wet eyes somewhere else.
The top of the platform seems to be wet. You know, I've got a funny feeling I've seen this thing somewhere before.
You mean, like, 18 years ago?
Yeah! It's all coming back to me now. I last saw it in Frost's room. He must have used it to move the ice sculptures around. It's one of those fancy numbers where you can change not only the platform's height, but even its angle. If you had one of these, you could move giant lumps of ice around no sweat.
Okay.
Ooh, just think of the possibilities. I could really use one of these.
Still doesn't explain what it's doing here, though. Bit of a head scratcher, but we should give it a think, yeah? Indeed. After all, it just might have something to do with our case.
Okay, so there's a lift here. Let's see. We did that. We investigated these. We investigated all the statues. How about? Why don't we talk to the police officer? Maybe he's got something.
Mr. Winter was very clear that you're only allowed to investigate in this room. So I'm afraid I can't let you pass. Sorry, sir.
It wouldn't make much difference if you did, officer. You're standing in front of a wall.
Oh! But we all know a few bricks won't stop you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, sir!
Wow, he actually sounds kind of scared of you.
What kind of reputation do I have down at the precinct?
I wonder what horror stories Gumshoe has been relaying.
It's a selection of trophies won by Paul Halleck, or rather, Artie Frost. Evidently, he was a very well-respected artist.
Well, you got one too, Mr. Edgeworth. So it's about time I won one too. Guess we'll have to find some thieving contests to enter. Or you can set something up. Something with a nice ceremony at the end and all that.
Yes, followed by a swift round of arrests.
The annual Thieves Awards. I like that. Alright. I don't want to bother talking to him. Let's see. What about the elevator? Is this even actually used?
It seems the elevator is only accessible to select individuals.
I wonder what's upstairs.
Among other things, the medical room. That's where Mr. Gusto is being treated.
I hope he's alright. We've got some questions that need answering as soon as he wakes up.
Since there's no way of knowing when that might be, we should explore other avenues in the meantime.
Alright. How about... Oh, I didn't want to talk to him. I wanted to investigate the door.
Do you mind, Mr. Winner? You're in my way.
I do mind, actually. And I'm not going anywhere. You'll just have to go around me. Well, we just thought you might want to move to a better spot. That's all. What better spot? I demand you show it to me at once.
Is that really all it takes to make you do whatever we want?
Objection!
Yeah. There we go. Go around him because he's being a punk.
The door here is marked with a nice autumny looking tree.
And yet, it leads to the winter wing. I suppose it's all part of the deception.
I could steal the leaves if you like. Make things maybe a little more wintry.
I think you'd better leave them alone, Kay.
He should have said, I think you better leave them alone. He should have said it. It would be very unlike Edgeworth to make a stupid pun like that. It's only something that the stupid streamer wants, so...
The thing in front of the door is a fir tree, right?
Yes. They're usually associated with winter, but this door leads to the autumn wing. I suppose it's all part of someone's elaborate ruse.
You know what this is giving me, remindings of? This kind of reminds me of the very first case in Danganronpa, when Sayaka switched out the nameplates for her and Makoto's room. That's kind of what this is giving me vibes of, just a little bit.
Well, I could paint it in red for that autumny feel, you know?
Evergreen, stay green all year round, Kay. Hence the name.
Sure. I knew that.
Did you, though? Alright. Can we go around this? Yes, we can. Okay. Gotta be thorough.
He put sunflowers flowers by the door. Nice!
A fitting adornment for the entrance to the summer wing, I suppose.
Summer's also vacation time. And every great thief knows that means tourists with bulging wallets.
Pickpocketing, Kay. Isn't that little beneath a great thief?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Man, they are really going in hard on this great thief stuff. I don't think it was... Did she go this hard with it in the first game? Because I feel like every single comment has been about thieving. Either that or they're just dumbing down her character, which I don't like. If that's the case, then I'm going to be upset. Because Kay's fantastic. All right. The fountain is definitely suspicious.
It seems the police have already moved the body.
But why did the body of a victim from 18 years ago turn up in the fountain? And why was it all rotten and stuff? Did it slowly shuffle its way here?
Need I remind you that zombies aren't real? It seems likely that the body was preserved somehow.
Called it!
Really? Is that even possible? Hey! Mr. Forensics Guy! Anything to report?
Yes, ma'am. Traces of both ubiquium and asphyxiant have been detected in the fountain.
I'm gonna say they were probably carried here by the stream from the Autumn Wing.
In addition to those two chemicals, there's also a large amount of sugar. The composition of the sugar is being analyzed as we speak.
There's sugar in the fountain? Where would it even have come from?
Well, weren't the sculptures made of flavored ice, or was that 18 years ago? It's getting a little confusing keeping track of both cases. But I think in this instance they were made of actual ice, and 18 years ago they were made with flavored ice. Or are they keeping the flavored ice? I don't know. Ah! Alright, let's talk to... I wonder if Scone has anything for us.
Oh, hello there, dearie! Still investigating away, are ya? Found anything interesting? No, dearie. Well, nothing much anyway. Oh, silly girl. That wasn't a dearie moment. That was more of a lambkin. Sweetheart is when you're being... Sweetheart is when you're being sympathetic, of course. And tertius for when they're in a bit of a tiz. Love is for people that you're not that keen on. And petal for when you... Petal use when you're trying to get someone's attention. Wow. I didn't realize there were so many rules.
Okay, Kay with Lila's accent's gonna be funny.
Mr. Edgeworth Petal, I hope you're getting all this down.
Don't even try it, Kay.
Oh, dearie me.
You need to work on your accent game, honey. Hello, Zach. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Happy Easter and happy 420. All right, I think we've investigated just about everything in here. Unfortunately, that means we gotta go talk to Larry now, I guess.
I'm going to keep this simple, Larry. You're hiding something, so just tell me what it is.
Hey, quit it with the glare off, you two. It's weird.
Oh, come on, kid. You know me better than that. I wasn't staring. I was struck by the idea for a picture. And now Edgy, he was glaring.
Yes. And I'll keep glaring at you until you tell us what it is you're hiding.
Quit it! I already told you I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're talking to me right now.
I mean, from now on, I'm not talking to you ever again, starting now.
This is getting me nowhere. I suppose I'll have to figure out what he's hiding first before I can get the whole truth out of him.
You know, I think I might know where that mess came from. Why he was so upset about the tea. I think his clumsy ass busted up a teacup earlier.
Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Larry?
Why would you show me that?
Tell me, what is it about Miss Bound's tea set that got you so agitated? If you won't tell me, then perhaps you would prefer to explain it to Judge Gavel.
Wait! Don't make me look so bad in front of Verity! She thinks I'm a sensible, cool, clean-cut guy. I don't want her to see the real me. The real low-down, dirty me. Well, at least he admits that he's a punk.
I'm not so sure anyone here thinks you're particularly clean-cut, Larry. But if you don't want her to think badly of you, the best thing you can do is talk to me.
Alright, I'll talk. Alright, what are you hiding? What have you done, Larry?
All right, Larry. Enough is enough. Now confess!
This is any way to treat your best friend, Edgy!
Is this any way for you to treat yours? By lying to him? Hiding things?
I get the picture already, so stop glaring at me like that! I'll tell you everything, okay?
Earlier, I thought Verity might like a cup of tea, so I went to pour one for her. But I got distracted and my hand slipped in.
I broke the teapot! The priceless work of art! It's in pieces because of me!
No words exist to describe how far away I saw this coming from.
Ouch. You really messed up this time, Larice.
You see, Edgy? Everyone's gonna think less of me now! Oh, don't worry, Larry. We couldn't possibly think any more less of you if we tried. Judy's never gonna forgive me for this!
Well, crying to me won't do you any good. I think you need to apologize to Miss Bound.
Down on his knees, apologizing. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
My teapot? I see.
I'm sorry, Judy. I'm so sorry! I don't have any money, but I'll paint your portrait. I'll paint you 50 portraits!
Please, Mr. Donham. It's really me who should be apologizing. How could I have failed to notice that there were broken pieces of ceramic on the floor? Somebody could have been hurt. Here, let me make sure that's safely disposed of.
Don't let her do it! Don't let her take that away!
The teapot in question was designed by Artie Frost, correct? I understand it was something you've long treasured. You must be upset.
Oh, I am. But of course, all things break eventually. And as luck would have it, I have another identical teapot.
Of course you do.
It's far from the end of the world.
Is she less attached to Mr. Frost's work than she used to be?
I've missed a lot for the last few streams of this game. Who are we thinking is the most sus? Right now, I'm thinking Judy is definitely the most suspicious one here. We learned that 18 years ago, she was responsible for the melting of the sculptures. She admitted to that much. But apparently, Von Karma threatened to pin the entire affair on her if Samson did not confess. And thus, Samson confessed and was convicted, resulting in Gregory Edgeworth losing the case. But during that same case, Von Karma suffered a penalty because Edgeworth revealed that, hey, he's actually been torturing the suspects, and that kind of really messed up. So that is the penalty that was incurred upon Von Karma, and ultimately the reason Gregory Edgeworth had to die, because Von Karma is a petty ass bitch. But anyway, yeah, that's what we've uncovered, and that's what we've missed out on. Yeah, also, all the similarities, I don't see it being anybody but Judy at this point. Unless there's some crazy twist that gets pulled with Carmelo Gusto at the very, 0 hour last minute. Because we know that he and Frost had a connection. Their sons were friends in school, even though they themselves were not particularly close. Their sons were friends, and that's the only connection that the two of them have. Aside from the fact that they both helped each other get to the finals by essentially cheating. So yeah, unless another crazy ass plot twist gets pulled on us in 0 hour, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Judy is the guilty one here. I can't believe this, Judy! You're the sweetest, the kindest.
This other teapot you're talking about, it's the one sitting on top of the car now, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so when I smashed the first one, I tried to hide the pieces in the bottom of the cart. And that's when I saw the other pot under there. So I took it out and basically switched the two pots.
So Larry switched the pots. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yep. And that's everything I have to tell you. I'll be extra careful not to break the other one. I promise.
You have no shame whatsoever, do you?
I'm sorry.
It's really quite all right. Thank you for being so honest.
You see, Angie, isn't Judy the absolute best?
I trust you won't take advantage of her kindness and will make amends somehow.
Oh, I sure will. Once I make it as an artist, I'm gonna give her one of my paintings. She was one of my models after all. It's only fair.
At this rate, I suspect he's likely to make more trouble than amends. Don't you think it would be better for you to keep out of her way for a very long while?
I will be keeping out of her way! I sketched her and the others already!
Her and the others?
Ah, keen to see my work, huh? Yeah, I drew a few great sketches of some ravishing beauties. You want to see?
Oh, interested in Larissa's ravishing beauties, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This man is gay as the day is long. Ain't no way he's interested in that. Yeah! See! Oh, this man is so gay. Good for you, sir. Good for you.
I'm afraid you've greatly misjudged, Kay. I simply wish to see if Larry has captured any unusual details this time, too.
Bridge to the Turnabout reference.
Unusual details? Nothing unusual about these. They're my best work yet.
Really? Now I want to see him too.
Aw, you're a sweetheart, Kay. Alright, let me dig them out for you. Give me a sec, okay?
I suppose we might as well take a look.
Alright, but... So the implication is, at the very end of Bridge to the Turnabout, there were some hand-drawn sketches of Phoenix and the crew. I think it was implied that Larry actually did those. So I'm curious if that's the case here, or if it's just the god-awful crayons shit from Bridge to the Turnabout.
So, these sketches of yours.
Seriously, Angie, if you wanted to check out my art, you should have just said so from the get-go. Here, feast your eyes on these.
you know what? Ain't that bad, actually. He's improving. He's improving. I'll give him that. Okay. His art has improved. You get a single point, Larry. You get a single point in your favor because you are actually working at being an artist and improving your craft, and I can respect that. That's the only point you get, but you do get a point.
What am I looking at here?
I told you already! Ravishing beauties! Also, I do appreciate that he includes Delicia as a beauty, as what he considers to be a ravishing beauty. I do appreciate that Delicia is there as well. I mean, obviously Judy and Gavel are beauties. We know that. But I do appreciate that Delicia is there as well. Okay, fine. 2. You get 2 points. 2 points. But no more. That's all you get, Larry. It's just those 2.
Just a few of the fair faces that have caught my eye since I've been here, you know? There's Verity and Judy and, somebody else.
Okay, never mind. Point rescinded. Point rescinded. He doesn't even remember it. Alright, point rescinded.
Why'd you draw all of them on the same page?
Well, I meant to draw the room at first. Just something to pass the time. And then I saw one beauty and another, and then I just scribbled them all down as I went.
So, these were all drawn at different times.
Huh? Yeah, I guess. I did one of you too, Kay. You're on a different page, though.
Wow, you did? I'm flattered.
How true to life are these sketches? Did you only draw what you actually saw?
Of course! You think I draw things I can't see? Like, using my imagination? Nope, these are 100% true to life. Right down to the exact shade of each color.
So the colors are accurate. Interesting. Much as it pains me to admit it, Larry may have provided me with a useful piece of evidence yet again.
Oh, I see it. I see what the useful piece of information is. I see what it is. Do you guys see it? Oh, okay, he's just gonna spell it out for us. Okay, he's just gonna spell it out.
The serving cart in the sketch, for example. If I compare it to the one here in the room, there's a clear contradiction between the two. I think a little deduction is in order. Could I borrow this page for a while, Larry?
Oh, sure thing. You want me to sign it for you?
Just the page, please.
Alright. How old is Kay? I believe she's still 17, because I think this game only takes place like a week or 2 after the original game. I'm creeped out that Larry did a drawing of Kay. She's 17. Yeah. And I'm also rescinding that point for including Delicia because he didn't remember her at all. So that point gets taken away from him. Alright. So something sus here. Something sussy here. Note that it's blue. It's blue in the sketch. See? And yet it's white here. So when it got switched out, maybe something else was switched as well? But I think this calls for a Eureka! I can't... it's not as fun as the objection to say, but whatever. Eureka! I'll let Bit Crushed Miles do it for me.
Larry, can I ask you something about your sketches?
Fascinated by the works of the great Lois Dunham. It's a composition, right?
Not exactly.
Objection!
Blue tablecloth. You painted that exactly as you saw it, correct?
I already told you! Everything is exactly as I saw it!
But the tablecloth on the card here in the room is white.
Wow. Your head's so full of crazy theories, the simple stuff just passes you right by, huh?
What What does that look for? Boo! Get out of here, bot! Stumpy, NSM, do your thing!
Hey, listen. Just before I drew that sketch, I was in the middle of some business with the card with the tea set on it, okay? What kind of business? That's right. It was the hiding the pieces of the teapot I smashed kind of business.
That is nothing to boast about! Thank you!
Anyway, I was still in the middle of cleaning it all up when Judy came out of the winter wing. I didn't want to get busted for breaking the pot, so I quickly dove out of sight.
He hid in the cart. Oh.
Wait, Miss Bound came out of the winter wing?
Yeah, and she was pushing a cart. A different one. That's the one with the light blue tablecloth on it that I drew.
And that one is covered with chocolates.
And what did she do with this second serving cart?
Well, I saw her wheeling into the summer wing, but I don't know what happened to it after that. When she came back out, she was pushing one of those other carts. The kind you can lift stuff with.
A lift cart?
Yeah, so I called out to her, but she just ran off and left it behind. Never had her down as the shy type, but just goes to show. You never know.
Another serving cart. And a lift cart.
Is there maybe another tea set, too?
We'd better check with Miss Bound.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, nothing else to be found here? Alright, so we're good there. Alright, I think we have more than enough to start piecing some stuff together. Alright. So the switched teapots and the tea smells different. This is probably why. I thought it was because they laced the cup, but maybe it was just because it was different teapots?
I suspect the difference in aroma we notice is due to the teapots having been switched.
You do?
Can't see what else it could have been. The tea itself hadn't changed. Why don't we ask Miss Bound, just to be sure? Miss Bound, the difference in aroma we noticed. Do you think it could have been because of the different teapots?
I suppose so.
My cup just now had a very subtle minty scent, rather like uva tea.
Oh, I just remembered. I made some peppermint tea in that pot only yesterday. That must be where the minty aroma is coming from.
Uh-huh.
Could that really be it?
You know what else has a minty flavor? Or minty fragrance? Ubiquium. Stumpy, I think your original theory may have been right.
The tea from the teapot Larry switched in. There. The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from.
The way. Okay, hang on. The way that this sentence is worded is strange.
Okay. The tea from the teapot Larry switched in from under the cart smelled faintly of mint.
Right. Miss Bound said that she used that pot to make peppermint tea yesterday.
Yes. But there's something else that's been troubling me.
So the original theory that Stumpy put forward, there was an episode of Murder, She Wrote in which somebody hid poison in a cup of tea by hiding it underneath a sugar glaze so that when the hot tea was poured in, the sugar glaze melted away and the poison was released. So he's thinking, and I'm actually of this, I'm of this mind as well, that is how it was poisoned. That's how, So, the poison, but Carmelo fell victim to the poison gas. I mean, there's nothing that's saying that there's like not two things of poison here, but I do. Again, I like the theory, so I'm kind of holding on to it. But I think you may be right, Stumpy. I think she may have put the poison in the bottom of the teacup.
Miss Bound seems more taken aback by the switching of the teapots than the breaking of one.
Right. You'd expect it to be the other way around.
I suspect she might have been deliberately hiding that teapot underneath the cot.
But why?
One of Ubiquium's key characteristics is its minty fragrance. So what if she had been hiding some in that teapot?
What? In the teapot?
It's simply a possibility, but one worth investigating, I believe.
Okay. I think that's we may still have some more to go, so hang on.
Mr. Winner, any luck finding that Ubiquium?
Oh! My people are searching the entire gallery, but they haven't found anything yet. And what about you? Tell me you know where it came from.
I may have an idea.
I knew it. If I can't find it, there's no chance that he used to... What? You do know where it came from?
Yes.
Where?
Miss Bound's teapot.
Oh, wow. Nice piece. I like it. Yes, this looks like a fitting prize for a natural-born winner.
It is not a prize. It's a vital piece of evidence.
Oh, it's just evidence. Then I'll have one of the forensic people check it out.
All right.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there some sort of problem with my teapot? Possibly. The minty fragrance we noticed coming from it. I think it may just be the scent of one of the chemicals used to make the poison gas.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, surely you don't think I had anything to do with that?
I'm afraid I do. The method used to create the gas would have required considerable preparation. Nobody would have had the time or the opportunity to set that up. Except you.
But that's not strictly true. It took around a week to get Zodiac all ready for the exhibition. There were all kinds of people coming and going through here during that time. Delicia, for one. So you see, I'm not the only person who could have set it up at all.
Miss Skoda's on our radar too, of course. You didn't worry about that.
And besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about making poison gas. So even if you did find some ubiquium in my teapot, I wouldn't have had any idea what to do with it. But I suppose we should see what the test results say first.
Miss Bound claims she doesn't know the first thing about making poison gas. I need to find a way to prove that she is lying. Edgeworth speaking. Sir, it's me!
Hi, Gumshoe!
Is everything all right, Detective? Everybody's left the window wing. It's just me in here now. Which means I can tell you what we found out. Really shouldn't be sharing information with the investigation. But over the past week or so, I'm not about to talk now.
How did she know ubiquium smelled like mint? Oh! I didn't even catch that! Ooh! You just got Jessica Fletchered! I love it! That is an excellent catch. Oh, yeah, no, she is hella lying. She is hella sus. I told you. And that means that Samson's It means that Samson's sacrifice is gonna be all for nothing, and I'm gonna be a very upset kitty in a minute.
The exhibits in here have all completely melted. All that's left is the display case and some stuff at the bottom. More of it in the Taurus case than the Gemini case, though. Describe this stuff for me, if you can. Yes, sir. It's like a pale blue liquid. I had the lab run some tests just now. The sample from the Taurus case just had a bunch of sugar in it. But the one from the Gemini case had 3 different substances in it. Which were sugar, salt, and blood. Blood? What are salt and blood doing in the Gemini case's sample? I can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but I'll get it tested right away, sir. Please do, Detective. Oh, I also spoke over the radio with the forensics guy working in the fountain room. He said he just got word that the sugar they found in the fountain matches the sugar in the pale blue liquid. I see. That might well prove to be a significant development.
Okay, so sugar, salt, and blood. I think I know where our frozen corpse might have been hanging out.
Anything else to report, Detective? Yes, sir. We found one of them light-emitting devices here in the winter wing, too. There were a few of those being used in the autumn wing to disguise it as the winter wing, as I recall. It seems that the equipment from 18 years ago is more than just the show. I need to talk to Miss Scone about this. Anywho, I better be getting back to it. I'll let you know as soon as we hear from the lab about that blood. Yes, thank you, Detective.
Gummy is such a good boy! Was that Gummy? Seemed like he had a lot to say.
He did. And all of it very useful. If I'm going to prove that Miss Bound's claims about who could have set the poison gas trap are false, I'll need to talk to a certain somebody else who was here 18 years ago.
All right, Miss Scone. Sorry, hun. What are you hiding? Let's go ahead and get Miss Scone out of the way. We know by now that Judy is definitely the one responsible, but Miss Scone's probably got some. Miss Scone also has a little bit of sassiness on her.
Miss Scone, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Of course, Daddy. Fire away. Anything for you, Milesy Smilesy. And dear sweet little Toofty K.
Oh, that is a horrible nickname! That's a terrible nickname! Toofty K? No! That's not even cute!
I would appreciate it if that's the last time you called me Milesy Smilesy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Toofty K either.
Thank you, honey.
Well, you just have to like it or lump it. I can't change the nickname once I settled on it. Ugh. Well, I guess we tried.
Alright.
What can you tell us about the various devices used to decorate the gallery's exhibits? There seem to be some pretty specialized items in use. Light-emitting devices, luminous fabrics.
Oh, I can tell you all about those, dearie. After all, I'm the one who gave up the booty Judy. It was my way of saying sorry after I broke the rules all those years ago. I brought her 4 lovely new salt lamps, and I gave her the 4 pieces of luminous cloth I used for the contest. Wow, that's super generous of you. Well, us girls have to do our best, don't we? Not everybody understands, of course.
Hey, that better not be a dig at me, Delish. I told you how kind I thought that was.
Yes, back when you were a dear, sweet, innocent baby boy. What happened to you, A dear, sweet, innocent baby boy? Mr. Fender? Can't quite picture that, I have to say.
So these decorations, they're all the same as the ones you saw 18 years ago, correct?
Yep, salt lamps, glowing fabrics, light-emitting doodads, the whole bit.
There were 4 luminous cloths in use in the autumn, but I'm sure I saw another one somewhere.
I'm not lying! What's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it!
What is she looking for?
That's not it. And that's not it.
Cough looks familiar. Maybe I should jog her memory with something, so Miss Scone will tell us more.
Alright, so we'll need to show her something, but for now, let's go ahead and exhaust all the dialogue options.
Miss Scone, you're something of a specialist. How might someone learn to make the poison gas that they used in the attack? Any ideas?
Well, any pharmacist who's ever had their investicide ultra would know that, for a start. After all, it says right there on the label, do not mix with products containing ubiquium. Ever!
But what about a layperson? It's unlikely they'd know, would you say?
I suppose so, yes. Well, not unless they had a nose to the ultimate cookbook anyway.
The prize from the contest 18 years ago.
The recipe for making Infesticide Ultra, along with that not mixing with ubiquium bit, is in there, you know.
Ah, and that's how she knew.
So you're familiar with the contents of the book?
Oh, yes, dear. I know it inside out. Because I work for the Tangaroa Group, you see. We're the company behind Cold Killer X. I'm sure you've heard of it.
That was what Phoenix took. That was the cold medicine that Phoenix took and that he was like really into for some reason. And I don't think he probably can't take it anymore because of what happened with Dahlia.
Cold Killer X fights back sniffles and sneezes with ease, apparently.
After Sammy Popo was found guilty, the company took custody of the book. But they only grant their most trusted people access to it at cost.
Which means Miss Scone is one of these elites, I suppose.
Alright. Let's jog her memory, shall we? Excuse me.
You had a piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not, Miss Scone? Albeit a somewhat grimier one.
Grimy? How rude! You won't get people to cooperate in your investigation like that, young man!
Shall I call it a dish towel, then? Perhaps you used it to wipe up some sort of spillage?
A spillage, he says! The cheek on him! That's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth! I probably shouldn't have told you that.
I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous cloth, if you don't mind.
Alright, what do you got?
Why didn't you want me to know you had a piece of luminous cloth in your bag?
Well, I suppose there's no point in hiding it now, is there? If you must know, I fished it out the fountain. It was right before they called me into the autumn wing.
So, Larry's sketch of Miss Scone is of when she was trying to retrieve the cloth.
At first, I thought it was one of the ones I'd given Moody Judy.
One of the 4 you'd given to the gallery, correct?
Exactly. But all 4 were being used in the autumn wing, weren't they? So I realised it must be the one that went missing all those years ago.
Ah! How many bolts of cloth did you buy, ma'am?
I already had my Infesticide Ultra pinched and used to make poison gas. If one of my cloths turned out to be used in some sort of dastardly deed too, I was a little guilty as sin, wasn't I? So I kept it hidden in my bag and hoped for the best.
I see.
It does feel good to get it off my chest, though. Stress is no good for the complexion.
So, the cloth that disappeared 18 years ago, the one that the victim was wrapped in, just happens to reappear in the fountain at the same time as the book.
Okay, so the body was clearly wrapped in the cloth. The body was clearly wrapped in the cloth and then frozen somewhere. Hang on, I wanna take another look at. I wanna take a closer look at the. Whoop! Not yet, buddy. I wanna take a look at that cloth real quick. See if there's anything unusual about it.
This dark shade of blue. Being around such a calming color from time to time just might do me some good.
You know what I just realized? That's actually very close to the blue that Phoenix wears. That's really close to the color that Phoenix wears. It might do you some good, yes. Yes, it might do you some good, Miles. Go see your boyfriend. I'm sure he misses you. They're not even trying at this point. They're not even trying at this point.
Yeah, alright. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. I'm surprised it took this long, honestly, but you know what? It's fine.
It's also just the right color for sneaking around in the dead of night. But I need something a lot brighter if I wanted to make a big, splashy entrance.
You can do both of this cloth with the power of buttons, though.
Oh, yeah! In that case, I'll take 5.
Cool. Alright, let's... I knew this was a bit of hidden dialogue, but let's see if, anything else here.
These must be the switches that change the color of the cloth. Let's see if they work.
Click. Ooh, RGB.
Whoa, the cloth has certainly changed color. This cloth went missing at the time of the IS-7 incident, only to be found 18 years later floating in the Zodiac Hall fountain.
And there was another one that was all lit up and draped around the Pisces statue, right?
It seems these cloths may have a connection to both cases, past and present.
Alright, anything else? Okay, so it just proves that it lights up. Alright. Speaking of which, I am considering changing my Phoenix plushie from Phoenix to Bosnic. Yes, yes! I'm very glad that you're enjoying your plushies, by the way. I'm really glad that they, Hold on, my model's doing something weird. There we go. I'm really glad that they got to you safely. Alright. You know who we haven't talked to yet? We haven't talked to Eddie yet. Let's see if Eddie's got anything interesting for us.
Hey there, Malzarino. What's the situation with the investigation?
Things are progressing. I think a fuller picture of what happened is beginning to emerge.
Good to hear. Guess I better step up my game too then.
Alright.
This case seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago.
And how? It's got a lot. Melting statues in the winter wing, and even the murder victim's body.
But how did nobody ever figure out that the body had gone missing?
Frost had no family apart from his son. And well, the kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him around since the time of the incident. Gusto's son, too. Him and his best pal from school both just up and disappeared.
What? And they were never found?
Gusto's boy wasn't. Not as far as I heard, anyhow. Guess Frost Kid turned up in the end, though. He collected his inheritance at some point. But yeah, with no family around just after the incident, Frost got no funeral, no nothing. So no need for the police to release the body. And no need for anybody to find out they didn't have it. They filed their fake autopsy report and nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost nobody.
I still can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low.
I can! We all can! Miles, you seem to still be under the impression that he... Okay, look, I know that he helped raise you and that you do... I can't understand why he would still have any iota of respect for this man after everything that he has seen him do. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Tell me, Fender, what kind of a person is Miss Bound? Huh? Wait a minute. Don't tell me you got a thing for her, Master.
I do not.
Chill. I'm just making you chain. Anyway, what can I say about Jude? Well, she's a real brave trooper for one. What else do you call somebody who waits around 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place.
What? He threw her out?
Yep, Jude's wasn't technically part of the family. So, there was nothing she could do. She had nothing, nobody, and no job after Samson took the fall. So she had no choice but to take what he had taught her and make her own way in showbiz. She's retired from all that now, though.
Yes, why did she retire?
He'd finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tongaroa group, after they basically stole it.
Oh, there you go.
Guess this place and everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. So she just wanted it back. All of it.
Fender seems very sympathetic to Miss Bound's plight. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Mr. Tongaroa's for herself.
Interesting. Alright, so yeah, I think we got it. Bounds action, ultimate cookbook. That's how she knew.
The ultimate cookbook contained the instructions on how to create the poison gas. And the current owner of that book is none other than Miss Judy Bound.
No way! You mean...
I'm afraid I do. Miss Bound would have been perfectly capable of setting up the gas trap. Finally, we can prove that she's been lying to us.
Alright, time for the official confrontation, I guess. Hello, Cadmus! Welcome! Thank you very much for tuning in! I've been watching Monster Rancher. Oh, man! That is a callback. I have not heard Monster Rancher in a long time. I always liked the little penguin guy. The little penguin monster I always thought was pretty cute. Monster Rancher never did catch on quite like Digimon and Pokemon did. But, I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Are there 2 serving carts here at the gallery, Miss Bound?
Oh, yes? Why do you ask?
A certain so-called artist showed us this sketch. I couldn't help but notice the color of the tablecloth. It's light blue.
Light blue? I'm afraid your friend must be mistaken. I only use white tablecloths, freshly laundered and starched.
Like the perfect wrinkle-free one on the card here in the fountain room, right?
Exactly. If I saw so much as a blemish, I would replace it right away.
Could the color of the tablecloth in the sketch simply be a mistake on Larry's part? Do you have any idea of what you might have been doing when this sketch was drawn?
Let me see. I appear to be carrying out my usual duties.
I'd like to ask you a little bit more about these duties, if I may.
Alright, what do you actually do, ma'am?
What exactly were you doing when this sketch was drawn? Because from what I can see, your card doesn't have a tea set on it.
I was delivering some chocolates to the investigating officers.
Aww, now I'm jealous. I love chocolate.
Well, there were a few left over, so here, for you both. I made them myself. I hope you like them.
Thanks, Miss Belle.
Well, why not? They're a little melted, but I suppose that's because they've been sitting around in her pocket.
Ah, so we get the chocolates now, too.
They're super sweet. I love them.
I'm very glad to hear it.
They may not be the prettiest, but I'm grateful for the energy boost nonetheless. Though perhaps they could do with a little less sugar.
Oh, investigation complete! I'm gonna lose the box now.
And that's that. All that's left now is to await the results of the test on the teapot.
Oh, and that's actually that. All right. Well, we've certainly learned a lot today. And I'm thinking that we are nearing the end of this case. It's seeming that everything's pointing to Judy unless they pull something out of their butts at the last minute, which I wouldn't put it past them to do. But that is going to do it for today. That is going to do it for today. Next stream is going to be tomorrow night. We will be back with Paper Mario. We are going to start the final chapter, and depending on how far we get tomorrow night, the next Paper Mario stream after that could very well be the finale. We are getting close to the end of the game. That being said, if you guys have any ideas for games that I could play on Monday night after we finish Thousand Year Door, please feel free to go by the Discord server and drop your recommendations under the Game Suggestions channel. I've already gotten a couple of suggestions from y'all. RZ has been thrown around. Persona 4 Golden has been thrown around. A few others that I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But if there's anything in particular you guys would like to see me play on Monday, I am taking suggestions up through the finale of Paper Mario, and then I will make my decision then. So I will have a full schedule posted tomorrow as well for the rest of the week. So be sure and check out my socials and learn more about that. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I got Easter dinner to work on. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy Easter, happy 420, and as always, stay super, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye.